Electronic arts. Here's the problem with electronic arts. Several of the games that they publish are pretty good. So how could that be a problem? Well, it's a problem because Electronic Arts is an evil company. Now stay with me here. Some of you are probably saying, of course they're evil, Ross. Everybody knows that. Well, see, that's another problem. Not enough people know that, or not enough people know why they're evil. I did some research on this, and I found some debates online where maybe half the people were saying EA wasn't evil. I think those people just didn't have enough information. I'm hoping to clear some of that up. See, when I say something is evil and I'm serious about it, I don't use that term lightly. Because a lot of what EA does isn't actually evil, it's just them being assholes. Like changing the gameplay to make a game less fun, day one DLCs, adding microtransactions to a $60 game. Those are all what I would consider asshole moves, but that's not evil to me. In order to be evil, you have to be causing real harm intentionally. Destroying culture, betraying trust, outright exploitation, firing lots of competent people at the same time you're making record profits, stuff like that. So why is EA evil? Well, the earliest concrete example I could find was back in '87 or '88. During that time, EA signed a deal with Bethesda to publish a sequel to their football game, since Bethesda had already had success with their game Gridiron. Well, EA ended up not publishing their sequel, but they did steal their groundbreaking physics code and used it in their own game, John Madden Football. So anyone out there who thinks EA is not evil, let's start there. Explain to me how lying to a developer that's trusting you to keep your word, then betraying them so you can steal their work, then profit off it tremendously, is not being evil. Now, granted, that's not as evil as killing somebody's family with an axe, but that doesn't make it not evil. And some people might say, well, that was a long time ago. That doesn't mean anything now. Well, guess what? John Madden Football has been a slightly successful franchise, thanks in part to the work EA stole from Bethesda. I believe it's worth billions today. So this is an example where them acting in a predatory and probably illegal manner really paid off, and it's been a big part of their success to this day. So being evil has been a really beneficial thing for Electronic Arts, and they've absolutely reaped the rewards from it. Now, after 1988, the next really concrete example I could find of EA being evil is the EA spouse testimony, but that was in 2004. If you don't know about that, I may cover it in another video later on, but it's basically an account of how badly they've exploited workers and contributed to making that an industry standard. So that's a gap of about 16 years, and I somehow have trouble believing they were perfect angels during that entire time. But everything I found in between then has been iffier. I have found Richard Garriott calling the founder of EA the Antichrist, but hey, that's not proof in itself. I also found mention of EA filing an intentionally frivolous lawsuit against the game company Origin Systems. This was a deliberate tactic to ruin them financially with legal fees, since EA had deeper pockets than Origin. The founder of EA was quoted as saying it was just a business tactic. So you can say that's just business competition, but when you know a lawsuit is frivolous and you're using your financial advantage to ruin someone else, that still strikes me as kind of evil. Also, I know EA bought the game companies Bullfrog Productions and Westwood Studios, proceeded to mismanage them, and as a result, both of them were killed by 2004. Now that is them forcing their will on the developers, making poor decisions, and then ruining their careers as a result. With the exception of at least Don Matrick, who it appears intentionally harmed internal companies for his own gain, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that's more an issue of them being assholes where the end results were evil, but that probably wasn't their intent in those particular cases. Anyway, that's all I could find on them being evil prior to 2004. I don't want to go past 2003 right now because there's just too much evil in EA to fit it all in one episode. But hey, I'm not a historian. If you have more details on other outright acts of evil by Electronic Arts, go ahead and contact me. It would be nice to chronicle how EA has been evil over the years. But try to find items you can really make an argument as being evil, not just them releasing a bad DLC or charging a high price. I don't think that counts. Now, what's the point of this? Well, I just want to remind people that Electronic Arts really is an evil company that has done things to harm people and is still doing them. I feel like a lot of problems today stem from not enough people being willing to call things as evil and wrong. So hey, this is just a refresher. I'm not even saying you should boycott EA games, because I'm cynical and think that will make no damn difference. Just play the games you want to, but be aware of where they're coming from. Eric Schmidt, the executive chairman of Google, has said before that Google's slogan of "Don't be evil" is, quote, the stupidest rule ever, because he felt like it can't be clearly defined. Well, not to toot my own horn, but I think I have a pretty good grasp on what's evil or not, especially compared to many corporate executives who apparently find basic morality to be a pretty vague concept. And I don't have any trouble making judgment calls on that sort of thing. So if any executives at EA, Google, or any other company for that matter are watching this video, I am happy to offer my services as an ethics advisor. I can straighten you out one way or the other. Well, that's about it. Zany Golf is mostly a good game, but it is going to kill you. And EA is an evil company that sometimes puts out good games. Also, Will Harvey looks friendly in pictures, but I think he must have a dark side to him.